Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Nora Amala Taylor at High Voltage Her, and I am an IBEW Journeyman Inside Wireman. Today I want to share a story with you, something that happened to me a few weeks ago. And when people say that when one door closes, another one opens, what I'm getting ready to tell you is exactly what they're talking about. I am currently laid off out of my hall. My hall is IBEW Local 98 North, and I am currently on the available for work list, and I have been laid off from my own territory since May of 2024. I signed the book back in May of 2024 at number 99 at my local. I took a call from a sister local 269, Trenton, New Jersey, and I worked my summer through Local 269's territory, and I was laid off from there August 30th of 2024. So I sat home collecting unemployment for about 2 weeks before I got a call. Previously, I had signed Local 351's book when I was laid off, just looking for work. So I signed 351's book, and then I actually got a call to go to the Salem, New Jersey nuclear power plant. I completed all the necessary steps for the Salem, New Jersey nuclear power plant, drug screen, background check, and the background check was very extensive. I was completely honest with my background. For those of you who do know me, I do have a criminal background. I served 7 years in state prison, and I was completely honest on my criminal background. So I got the call, submitted all of my background information, went in day one, September 23rd of 2024, did my drug screen, fit for duty, and all that, passed all of that stuff, passed all my tests, and was good to go. Exactly 1 week later, so now September 30th, 2024, I was leaving work. I was at the nuclear power plant, still in processing. I hadn't actually made it into the plant yet. I was just still in processing, waiting to be badged in. That's what they were calling it. But Monday, September 30th, 2024, as I was leaving that day, I was called I saw my name on the whiteboard. So I went into the office to inquire about why my name was on the whiteboard. And I was told to go to the back. There was a woman in the back that I needed to speak to. I went back to speak with her, and I was informed then and there that since I am currently still on supervision, I am on state parole until December of this year, December 2024. But being that I was still under supervision, I was not going to be granted access into the nuclear power plant because you are not allowed to work inside of a nuclear power plant if you are on supervision of any kind. So that means even if it's just probation, special probation, state parole, whatever, what have you, under those conditions, you cannot work inside of a nuclear power plant. So that day, September 30th, 2024, 1 week after I had started at the nuclear power plant, I was let go. And again, I was 100% forthcoming. I didn't try to hide anything. Any questions they asked, I answered them honestly, gave them all my information, which they were very grateful for. And they actually invited me back. They told me once I was off supervision that I would be welcomed back to work at the nuclear power plant, which made me feel good because initially I was kind of bummed. You know, I had been laid off. No one wants to be laid off like through the holidays or anything like that. You know, people got bills to pay. So here's where things take an interesting turn. In the beginning of this video, like I said, when people say when one door closes, then another one opens, this is what they're talking about. September 30th, I was let go from the Salem, New Jersey nuclear power plant for, being on state parole, being under supervision because you can't enter the plant under those circumstances. So that was September 30th. And by October 4th, 2024, so that Friday, I had taken a call for a large data center in IBEW Local 163's territory, which is Wilkes-Barre, PA. It's actually right around 2.5, close to 3 hours away from home for me. So I'm currently traveling for work. I'm home right now, but I am renting an apartment with 2 traveling nurses in Berwick, Pennsylvania. That's actually where the data center is being built. It's Local 163's territory, but it's in Berwick, PA. That's where the data center is being built. So I took that call Friday, October 4th. And surprise, surprise, it's at a nuclear power plant. Obviously not inside the nuclear power plant, but on the grounds of the nuclear power plant is where this data center is being built. Like I said, I'm traveling for work. I stay there in Berwick during the week and I come home. Now I'm going to be coming home only every other weekend because we are currently working 7/10s. So I'm going to alternate. I'll work all 7/10s one week, and then the following week I'll only work 5/10s so I can come home on Saturday, be home Saturday and Sunday, and then go back to work Monday. Oh, I also forgot to mention that I'm working third shift. So we're working 6 p.m. at night to 4 a.m. in the morning. There are financial incentives. So we are getting 10% shift differential for working third shift, and then to increase the enticement, I guess you should say, we just received word the other day, this past Tuesday night, from our general foreman that our pay was being increased to foreman's rate because they're trying to offer as much incentive as possible to have people come to third shift because, believe it or not, we are actually getting more done on third shift because we're the only trade there. There's no one else. It's just the electricians. And this is the first time I've ever been on a job where it's just the electricians, and it is awesome. Nothing against the other trades, but it's just nice when you can just go in, you don't have people in your way. You're not climbing on top of each other, all trying to work in the same area, because for those of you who work in construction, I'm sure you know that it gets like that sometimes. So this is quite a refresher to be on a job as big as this one and then only have electricians on the shift. It's great. Traveling for work isn't always easy, but there are times where it is necessary. Times like now where work is kind of slow in my home local's territory, but that's one thing that I love about being part of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is that when work is slow in my territory, my home local's territory, I have my dues receipt, my yellow dues receipt. Hold on. This piece of paper right here allows me to travel anywhere in the world and do electrical work at any local all over the world. That's why it's International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. So
I pay my bills are paid.
That receipt permits me to be able to go work elsewhere. Again, like I said, traveling for work isn't always the easiest, but sometimes it's necessary. And being part of the IBEW, I'm able to go anywhere and work when work is slow in my home local. Again, like I previously mentioned, I am currently renting an apartment in Berwick, PA with 2 traveling nurses. There are 2 other women who are also it's actually a guest house. It's not really an apartment, but it's a guest house. And and there are 3 bedrooms in the guest house, full kitchen, full bathroom, and the 3 of us each rent a room. I was able to find this listing through an app called Furnished Findings. I'm going to link the app for anyone to check out, anyone who's traveling for work. And because hotels and Airbnbs can be very expensive when you're traveling for work. I've traveled for work before, non-union, and it can be very expensive. One thing that I'm grateful for is that my local provides us with a travel stipend depending on how far away from home you are. That travel stipend is $50 a day. So my travel is covered. My room and board is covered through that travel stipend. I also had that same advantage, I guess you could say. When I was non-union, we were given what was called per diem. So we got money each day for our room and board, which makes things a lot easier. So I'm renting an apartment with 2 travel nurses. And again, I will link Furnished Findings. It's an incredible site. And I find these rates on Furnished Findings to be a lot more doable over hotels and Airbnbs and things like that. So that's all I have for you guys today. This is Nora at High Voltage Her, keeping you up to date with all things IBEW union life.